So here we are, back again in our cage. I don't know why I'm starting off every video here, but I'm not gonna lie, I kinda like it. It's starting to give a bit of familiarity to the video, like, hey, we're on a Killa drone video. Also, Killa drones in a cage for some reason. I don't know why this is a thing. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some more Minecraft here on the truly Bedrock server. And in the last episode, ladies and gentlemen, we worked on our port area in a mega episode where we got a ton of building done. So if you missed that one, I highly recommend you going and watching it before you watch today's episode. But ladies and gentlemen, we have some stuff that I have been putting off for a while that we need to get done in today's episode. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of skipped the entire Nether hype because I was so caught up in the build that I was doing here at the port that I just kind of ignored it. It was probably a terrible idea for my channel. I should have just been pumping out Nether episodes like everybody else was doing, but yeah, I didn't do that. I'm a builder and I enjoy building, so that's what I did, and it was fun. I really loved doing the mega episode. I still need to do the interiors for all of that stuff, but to be honest with you, I have no regrets. But in today's episode, I am going to be playing a bit of catch-up. By the way, check out this portal design that Blue Jay came up with. Something nice and quaint, but I definitely like it here at the entrance to our mine. But anyway, we're going to be playing a bit of catch-up today. I have myself some wool, I have myself some planks. We're going to go exploding the nether so that we can get some of that new, tasty netherite. Well, first time being in the new nether, and it looks like somebody has already begun constructing a massive highway. I actually saw something about this in the Discord already. Apparently, Liara is making a super highway across the nether so that people can get back and forth between each other's bases pretty easily. So I'm assuming that this is the beginnings of that construction. Very nice. However, this is down on the level of netherite, and that means that somebody's got a ton of netherite. These guys have been blowing all of this stuff out, I imagine, or maybe they're just digging it out, I don't know, but that means that somebody has a ridiculous amount of netherite. And I have none. I have literally zero. I have nothing but diamond stuff, and I threw on some gold pants so that the new piglin things don't attack me. But yeah, no netherite whatsoever. But that is what we are here to work on today. So let's go ahead and head out to what? Oh, are you mad? You are mad. Why are you mad? Go away. I've done nothing to you. I've done nothing to you. Go away. Go away. Go away! Go away! Are those guys supposed to be aggressive, or am I doing something wrong? I don't know if those guys are supposed to be aggressive or not, to be honest with you. Anyway, I am going out way out from this bridge thing that they're doing, as far out as I can possibly go. And I am going to just start blasting. I'm going to use some beds, start blasting away the nether, and hopefully find myself a bit of netherite. Who got way out here and this just stopped digging? Well, whoever it was like 5 blocks away from getting themselves some netherite. Don't mind if I do. Nice. And a bit more, not bad. I thought that this stuff was supposed to be the rarest of all rare things in the history of rareness. This stuff is super easy to find. That's 4 pieces already. Maybe because it doesn't come in as big of groups, but I mean, rare is not exactly something that I would use for this. I've been at this like 5 minutes and I have 5 pieces already. That's not bad. Alrighty, well, I am now 1,000 blocks out, so it's time for us to start the digging by blast mining. So I have myself a shulker box here that already has some wood and some wool in it. And theoretically, all I have to do is just stand back a little bit and let the beds do the work. So I'm just going to set down a crafting table back here, and I am going to craft up a couple of brown beds like so. And we're just going to start off very simple and set a bed back up in there, stand back, and there we go. Nice big explosion there. However, I don't believe that I uncovered any netherite like that. Let's take a look around. One of the big issues is going to be fire. I imagine we're going to set ourselves on fire more than once while doing this, but as long as we take this slow, I think that we will be fine. No netherite at all from that. Huh, that was a pretty big explosion. Alright, well, let's just keep blasting away, I guess. And after about 40 minutes, I ended up with 18 ancient debris. Not too bad, considering this is supposed to be like a super rare ore. I feel like that's not extremely rare. 18 in just 40 minutes? If I were to spend like 2 hours here, we would have a fair amount of netherite. But anyway, I find the whole nether bed exploding thing to be a bit boring, so I'm not going to do that for hours on end. I just got enough for us to redo our armor, so let's go ahead, head back to the base, and get ourselves some netherite gear. By the way, this is really, really sickening. Check that out, the bouncing back and forth. That's kind of nauseating. I don't like that. Alright, so smelting up our ancient debris to get some netherite scrap. Now, I believe that we combine this netherite scrap with some gold ingots in order to get the netherite bars for us to combine into our armor. And I guess I should explain the reason that I'm doing armor first, and that's because here in just a minute, we're going to go on a very massive enchanting spree, getting ourselves a bunch of diamond pickaxes enchanted. But we'll cover that here in just a few minutes. For right now, let's just go ahead and get our very first netherite ingot. Bada bing, bada boom! And we got it. Not bad. Super easy to make as well. Let's go ahead and take off our diamond chest plate first and foremost. And let's get this guy added. Oh, do I have to do this at the smithing table? I bet you I have to do this at the smithing table. I don't actually have one of those. And I don't know how to make one. After a quick Google search, a smithing table is super easy to make, so go ahead and craft up one of those guys and place it over here on top of our anvil. And now let's go ahead and try this again with our netherite bar, and bada bing, bada boom, a netherite chest plate. Not bad at all. Go ahead and equip that. And look at us, we're looking kind of snazzy. Let's go ahead and get the rest of our gear enchanted. Alrighty, and leggings, not bad. Boots, not bad. And helmet, perfect, ladies and gentlemen. A full set of netherite armor. And let's see what we look like. We look a little bit like a Viking, I'm not gonna lie. I love it. We look really cool. We do. I'm not totally sold on the entire helmet design, but the rest of the armor looks really cool. The helmet could get some, could take some getting used to though, because I'm so used to seeing my character with a diamond helmet on. Now this guy, I mean, you look more medieval, but you gotta admit, it's a little weird. It definitely doesn't look very Minecrafty. But now let's go ahead and talk about this shulker box here. This is going to be my speed mining shulker box. So in case you don't know, in Bedrock Edition, there's actually a bug right now with the enchantment Unbreaking. And if you have Unbreaking on any of your tools, then things just don't break whenever you mine them. And it's actually a pretty massive bug that it doesn't look like is going to be fixed anytime soon. So in order to combat this, we're going to make an entire shulker box full of tools with efficiency 5, but that don't have Unbreaking. That way, we can just swap out our picks whenever they start dying and repair them later, rather than constantly having blocks reappear on us. So after a little while of combining books together, this is how far we got in our shulker box. If we go ahead and take a look, I focused on pickaxes first because I do have a lot of mining in the nether that I'm going to have to do here in the future. So I tried to focus on that, and then afterward I started on shovels, but we have 6 silk touch efficiency 5 mending pickaxes, and then 3 Fortune 3 efficiency 5 mending pickaxes. So 3 fortune and then 6 silk touch. I like silk touch better, so that's why I did that. And then I have 3 diamond shovels that are silk touch, efficiency 5, and mending. I want to focus on shovels next because I'm also going to need to collect a lot of sand for some projects that I have in the future, but for right now, I only have enough books to do 3 of them. Eventually, I want to get all of these enchanted, as well as get all of these axes enchanted as well, so that we have a full shulker box of tools that we can just burn through, and then come back to the base and mend them up later. In fact, I'm kind of curious if I could maybe strike a deal with Prowl and Bluejay to where I could just buy shulker boxes of mending, or shulker boxes of efficiency 5, or shulker boxes of silk touch, anything like that, because those guys actually have a super efficient villager trading hall. And I'm wondering if I could just like cut a back-end deal with those guys and see if I can just buy them in bulk before they ever hit the shop. I mean, I'm a part of PB&K too, right? So theoretically, that shouldn't be a problem for those guys. They should, you know, help me out, I think. I'm not entirely sure. And I just talked to Prowl and Bluejay about me using their villager trading hall, and they said that we can work out some type of deal to where I get a PB&K pass to their villager trading hall. So we may have to meet up with them in a future video in order to do that. But in the rest of today's episode, I want to walk you guys through kind of my general plans for this port area in order to finish it up. So, as you guys know, we do have the interiors for all of these buildings to do, and some of them are going to be very complex and very big, and other ones are going to be relatively small. So, I'm just going to run you guys through each and every one of them and go through the general plans that we're going to be doing on live stream. So let's start off with the first build that we did for this area, the first manor. If we go ahead and head through this door, we are going to start off this interior by making a grand staircase here right at the entrance that goes to the left and to the right. And on top of these little balcony structures, we are going to add in a bedroom on each side. So 1 bedroom up here and 1 bedroom up here, kind of like a loft that's going to overlook the rest of the house, overlook the entrance that is right here. Over on the left side, underneath the staircase, we're going to add in a small kitchenette, nothing too big, just like a sink and maybe a refrigerator, something very small, nothing too fancy here. Over in this area, I plan on doing a bit of a greenhouse in this area. That's why we have the flowers in the window. And then over on the other side, underneath this staircase and all under this area, we're going to do kind of a library underneath the staircase. And then right here, right next to these windows, we're going to add in kind of a lounge area, like a living room. Now, once you get up to the second floor into those bedrooms, we're also going to have a ladder that goes up the side of this windowsill and up to a pathway that is right up there along the edge and ends up at that balcony up at the top. Before we go any further though, I do want to give a shout out to Jessie B. She actually came over here and she kind of helped me plan out these areas. We didn't exactly build them up or anything, but she was like, here's an idea of how you can do the layout for each one of your builds. So huge shout out to Jessie B. I suck at interiors, so it was a huge help. So moving on to the second house, and I think that this one's layout is actually going to be a little bit cuter whenever we're done with it. But first and foremost, we are going to have a breakfast nook the second that we walk through this door. Over to our left, just something small and homey in this little area to fill in that space. Over in this area, this huge section of the build here is going to be some type of kitchen. I plan on doing an island out here a bit, and then having a ton of counter space, stove tops, things like that all along that back wall. I think this is going to be a nice looking kitchen whenever we're done with it. And then we're going to add in a second floor up here that we're going to have to access via a ladder or some type of small staircase somewhere. But this is going to be a study that has access out to both of the balconies on each side. Above that, up on the top floor, I'm going to split the entire roof in half. So we're going to have like a hallway going in this direction and then have a bedroom on that side of the roof and a bedroom on that side of the roof. They're going to be relatively small, but they're going to look nice whenever we're done with them. So this will end up being a 3-story house, and I think it's going to come out looking amazing. Moving on, we have these 2 small cottages, and there's not going to be anything super special that we can do with these areas. The second that we walk in, we're going to have a very small living space here, maybe just like a desk with a chair, something very simple. And then up top on the second floor, we're going to have to put in a bedroom here. There's not a ton of space to work with on the inside of this building, so we're going to have to really squeeze something into both of these areas. They are small cottages, no way that we can fit a kitchen or anything like that into here. And then last but not least, we have all of these buildings that are chained together back here. And originally I was thinking about doing some type of apartment housing or something like that back here. But Jesse B actually convinced me into turning this into a small shopping center. So the idea is to have like a little kiosk here that people can access from the outside, maybe have a little armor stand back there selling some things. And then if we come through this door, we'll also be greeted with a small shop here and a small shop here on this side. Or maybe we'll just have a walkthrough to more shops that are going to be over here. I'm not entirely sure on the layout, but basically the idea is to have this as a very small indoor shopping center here at the back of our port. And I really like that idea. I think that it's really cool. But as you can tell, that means that I have a ton of work to do, and considering I'm not super great at interiors, I'm probably going to be doing all of that on a live stream, as well as I'm probably going to do some netherite hunting on a live stream as well. So if you're not following my Twitch page, be sure to go and give it a follow. We're probably going to have a few live streams over there this week. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that is going to be where I wrap up for today's episode. I know we didn't get a ton of progress done as far as building, but we did kind of future-proof the entire series by getting some gear that's going to let us collect materials for a long time to come. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be where I wrap up for today. I do hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the video, as well as if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a great day.